Okay, good day everyone. It is me, Seth here, together with GG Man. Say hello, GG Man.
It's so cringe, man. Hello.
Okay, and today we will be talking about the new War Thunder update, Tusk Force. So, there are quite some vehicles have been added, but who the fuck cares about those, like a top tier jet you will never play? Or a copy-paste artillery piece? Nah. What we will be talking about is the actual cool stuff for this update. Let's start. So, at first we have like the A10 and SU-25 modules that got added. And if these get destroyed, they will disable a certain component in your aircraft. You will see soon in this demonstration video. So, was that right?
Yeah, that destroyed that part of the thing.
Another shot.
Okay, that destroyed all of it.
Okay, so can you still fire your missiles?
I cannot. I don't have a radar warning receiver anymore.
Damn. Still no night vision anymore.
The HUD is also off,
Damn.
and I cannot turn off the night vision.
Well, I guess that concludes
I
this.
can't shoot the gun! What am I supposed to do?
Okay, that's a big nerve for the A10.
I can't deploy flares. I can only fly now. There's nothing else I can do.
They actually nerfed the A10 and SU-25 hard, man.
I mean,
So, next thing that got updated this update is the cockpits of the Meteor F8 and the Fokker G1. They do look really nice, don't they?
wow, I am so excited about this information.
They also renamed the Tiger 2s. Like now the 2 is with 2 eyes, and the Tiger 2 with a Porsche turret or whatever got renamed to number 1 to number 50 production model. Pretty cool. And this Tiger, number 1 to number 50, also got a new model update, so it looks pretty nice now. What do you think about it, GG1?
That is pretty cool.
Okay, so they also added new tutorial missions, like scouting with UAV and ammo and survivability. Although I cannot find the ammo and survivability anymore in the tutorial section, even though it was in the dev server. Although it's kinda handy to learn about the drones and its functions, of course. They also added Pradesh as an air map. You think you will play this map?
No.
Okay, then. I hope it doesn't get put into top tier and you play it like every time, like Sinai. They also removed the battle cruise control setting for the PBV 501, the SDK Z222, the 15cm 33B as well, and the M8 LAC. Well, it wasn't really needed for these vehicles because they don't have a stabilizer. And they also made the Jagdpanzer 38 fatter. Well, just its weight increased from 15.8 tons to 16 tons, and its max speed went from 42 to 40 km per hour. What do you think about this change, GG man?
I don't think about it.
Damn.
Inconsequential.
Nah, they made them fatter. But do not worry, German mate, because the flag bus got buffed. Its max speed forward went from 40 to 50 km per hour, and its backward speed went from 9.4 to 11.3 km per hour. That's actually a worthy buff, isn't it, GG man?
Yeah, that is noticeable, yeah.
And also, the Conqueror and Carnarvon both got an engine upgrade. Their horsepower went from 810 to 821. A whopping 11 horsepower difference. Amazing. But the Falcon has even bigger buffs. Like, its armor got buffed by a lot. Well, it's more visible to 50 cals, I would say now. and its turret traverse went from 80 degrees per second to 90 degrees per second. Its vertical traverse went from 40 degrees to 50 degrees per second, and it got also 60 more bullets. That's actually quite a big buff, isn't it, GG man?
Yeah, I hope they buff its PR too.
Yeah, that would be really helpful now. Also, the M18's 50 cal can finally spin 360 degrees. That was a needed change, right?
Finally.
And the beautiful squadron vehicle M901 of course gets a new machine gun. I don't think it's gonna help against a lot, but it's useful I guess. They also changed the T114. Its weight went from 9 tons to 6.6 tons, and its max speed went from 57 to 59 km per hour. And with its gun elevation changing from -8 to 8 degrees towards -10 to 20 degrees. A big change. Also, its amount of shells increased from 26 to decreased from 26 to 20 shells. That's quite some changes, right?
Yeah.
Also, the Tu-14 got a torpedo, and it's a funny torpedo because it can be dropped from a maximum of 10,000 meters. What do you guide for this?
Wait, didn't it already?
I don't think
I thought it already had the torpedo.
Yeah, there is also another torpedo, but this one is a new torpedo which can be dropped from really high.
New one, okay.
Like, it's just very funny that it can be dropped from such high altitude.
They even bring this into a naval battle?
I think it's low enough in BR to do that.
We'll see, we'll see.
Well, the F-104A and C models also got a slight change with their M61 cannons. Their fire rate went from 6000 to 4000 RPM, and their ammo went from 750 bullets to 725 bullets. So now F-104s can kinda stay in the battle a bit longer, I think. I don't know if it's a good change or a bad change, but the Su-2 family of planes also got rockets. Just look at them. But well, they're kinda useless I guess, because they also take in the same spot that the wing-mounted bombs would take. Would you use them, GG man?
No, I would not.
Yeah, you prefer the 500 kilogram bombs, right?
I don't even play low BRs anymore.
Also, the Corsair Mark II, the British Corsair, got bombs finally. It didn't have bombs before, and now it got like access to 500 pound and 1000 pound bombs, which actually makes it one of the best Corsairs for CAS at 2.7.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Like, the American one only gets like access to one 1000 pound bomb at 2.7.
Yeah.
The MB-175T finally got fire extinguishers, so now you have to respate this vehicle. That's kinda horrible. And all of these finally got ejection seats. Yeah, the B-57, the F-11, the F-4D, the J-32B and the A-32A, the FTH and the Yak-38. Well, if you own any of them, be happy I guess. And these 4 planes got their custom loadout: the WMA, the DB3, the Leo 451 and the TBF-1C. Although I must say the custom loadout on the TBF-1C is kinda useless. Well, they also added the rockets for it I think, but you can't equip the wing-mounted rockets together with like the bombs in the bomb bay, because it weighs too much.
Bruh.
Also, for the POTUS series of planes, they changed the max speed that it could fly from 710 km per hour to 462 km per hour. So, kinda be careful when diving, because you will rip your wings way faster. And now, time for news that isn't vehicles. For the Steam recording software, if you like use it for like clips and stuff, they expanded so you can see like where you died, where you killed, and it even gives you information on what kind of target you destroyed with what shell. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Steam has a recording session?
Yeah, that's like recording software.
Huh. Interesting.
But it's cool because it's like inbuilt into Steam, so you don't really have to install like extra software to get it to work.
Well, I didn't use Steam, so I wouldn't know.
Damn. So the Japanese flag for the Techti also got changed from like the naval flag to like the normal Japanese flag. I guess more neutral. And you can also now become a chat offender. That's a great news, isn't it, GG man?
Yeah, surely we won't be any chat offenders.
Yeah, we will definitely not become a chat offender.
Yeah, we don't say bad words in chat.
True. They also did like some big rework to changing SP costs for close air support planes in counter-realistic battles. So before you had like kinda two classes of aircraft, like a fighter and then bomber slash strike aircraft. If you like spawn like a bomber slash strike aircraft, the next time you would spawn them there, the SP would be like double, but you could spawn like a fighter at like normal SP cost. But the fighter could also just carry bombs, you know? So you had like two planes with bombs. Basically now they have changed it to so that a plane with bombs is automatically classed as a strike aircraft. Or like with rockets or air-to-surface missiles, torpedoes, mines, or cannon belts that penetrate a lot of. Yeah, more than 40mm of penetration. All those planes got put into strike aircraft class if you have like any of those equipped. If you don't have any of those equipped, it is an anti-air vehicle. So those two classes are now differentiated and have their own spawn point pool.
So now it's more of a loadout thing than the plane itself.
Yes, that is correct. So now
If you
it's
want to bring a fighter with like pure air superiority, air target builds, you can do it for cheap, but even like fighter with a few bombs or an actual bomber, that will be much more expensive.
yeah, kinda like that. So if you want to like before you could spawn like the A1H with like bombs and then a P51 with like bombs for like 600 spawn points each. Now it would like after you spawn the A1H with the bombs, the P51 would be like with bombs 1200 points without like just 600 points.
Yeah.
So they also changed for the belts that penetrate more than 40mm that was already implemented. That they cost spawn points. So now it also includes stock belts. So stock belts normally used to cost like no extra SP, but some planes, their stock belts are kinda powerful, you know. And for
Yeah.
rank 6 and plus vehicles, so high BR vehicles, this SP cost has been fully removed. If, for example, the A10, you don't need to pay extra for the cannon belt with APDS.
Yeah.
Mainly because, like, at high tier, they say the belts don't really matter anymore because it's not the main way to kill ground targets anymore.
Yeah, like even the default builds are strong up there. If I remember correctly, on A10, the defaults like cost nothing, but the AP builds, which had like more AP than HE, those actually cost more extra spawn points.
Yeah. Okay, so now gunners also always aim towards the crosshair you're aiming from. So, like example, if you're playing a bomber and you have a target that's coming from below you, and you aim downwards, and your gunners, normally they would return to like their basic position, but now they try to aim as close towards where you are aiming. So if the plane suddenly comes into view of the gunners are already aiming towards there, so you can instantly shoot at the enemy plane. This is actually a really good change, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
They also kinda changed the menu buttons, I have noticed. Like, there's now a space between like resume and return to hangar. Like, I don't think that was there before, right?
I don't think so.
So they also added some new effects and sounds, but like we're not gonna show them now. So, well then, that's the end. Bye bye.
Goodbye.